Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Zwift Community Live broadcast of a club versus club, team versus team from separate states in the United States. We've got me, Duole, versus Vivid Cycling out on Zwift. 100% a community type stream. I'm Nathan Guerra, and of course, good morning, good afternoon, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in the world. It's 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. I got alongside me again, for the second time today, very happy to have him alongside me here today, Dave Toll. Dave, you're coming Mountain Time for you. I think it's around 8:15 p.m. Where you're at.
Yeah, right in the sweet spot. I'm stoked. We are ready to go. I want to thank Voler. I love their stuff, and I know both clubs are wearing it. And yeah, we get to host what's going to be an awesome battle royale out here. You know, Nathan, both of these teams have strong membership. I did want to send a special thank you out to Teresa Henderson, a proud Army wife, and we appreciate what you do for our country. So, you know, it's crazy times right now, Nathan, and this is a really cool way for us to all get together in a nice, safe way. So good luck, everybody. I believe that we're scoring this the 5 fastest times from each team. But before we get there, we got a lot to talk about and get to know each other and celebrate this great culture that we're building on Zwift.
Yeah, Dave, it's really amazing what we can get done here. The whole idea of Zwift, massive multiplayer online game in which people can compete against each other from all over the world in real time. But this is now, for those of you just turning in, this is a head-to-head battle, 2 different teams. They were going to be in 2 separate locations, but specifically because they are, obviously because of the social distancing that we're doing, everybody decided to stay home, and everybody's at their homes, though, from the 2 teams, doing a head-to-head battle in order to take each other on out here today, out on Zwift. Epic KOM is what they're aiming at out here. So the whole idea is that they're going to be taking on the Epic KOM in order to see who can have the fastest time between the 2 teams, the 5 fastest from each team. Me, Duole versus Vivid Cycling. That's what this is all about. Again, one of the connectors here, too, as you were mentioning, is going to be Voler apparel. They're actually presenting. Both the teams ride in Voler. They use them for their apparel for both of the teams. And the winning team is going to be presented with a physical trophy and a Battle Royale victory swag that they can wear proudly, actually. So pretty cool that they were able to put that up, Dave.
Nathan, I'm looking up at my wall. The first ever Amgen Tour of California, won by none other than Floyd Landis, was in a Voler yellow jersey that year. They've got some real roots going all the way back to 1986, actually. So, and they've always made great stuff. So really kind of a California-Utah battle here. Both states are known for their ruggedness outdoors. And I think that we're going to find this is going to be about depth on these teams here. We have about a 20-minute neutral period. Are riders, Nathan, I'm seeing myself, actually. Are riders out there rolling already?
Oh, yeah, they're rolling. They're 100% rolling. Yep, I got them.
So all together,
I'll go ahead
it's
and bring that
neutral,
up. I'll
right?
bring that up for you. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, thanks.
I see what's going on here. There you go, Dave. Now you can see
nice.
everybody.
Oh, good. There's everyone.
Yeah, no worries.
Far
no
out.
worries.
So,
yeah,
okay,
we've
good.
got, I think there were a total of about 29 riders in here. Before we actually get into the climb, we're about to head up it here. We actually have the 2 team captains on board here. So let's go ahead and see if we can get a little bit of interview with them before we actually start heading up the climb. I got Calvin Harris alongside us here, right along with Stuart Anderson as well. Stuart from Duole, as well as Calvin coming from Vivid Cycling. They're the 2 that have put this together for us. So Calvin, Stu, let's go ahead and go to Stu first. You want to give us a little bit of background real quickly? I know we're about to get into the climb. We had a couple of technical difficulties up front before we get going, but just kind of what was the motivation here and a little bit about like what's going on and what you guys are looking to get done here.
Sure. Calvin and I get together almost every morning on meetups. We thought it'd be fun to put the 2 teams together, just do a little race. So that's really all that it comes down to is bringing these 2 teams together from across the states.
Heck yeah. That's it's totally awesome. And I got a couple of messages, emails came on through saying, look, hey, can we get this live stream out here? Recently, we were really wanting to, focus more on community efforts, focus more on how people are using the platform to connect each other, especially right now. And Calvin, what better way to do this than a competition at the top of the Epic KOM?
Dude, I'm super excited.
We got you breaking up just a little bit, Calvin. Breaking up just a little bit. We'll see if we can get back with you here. I know the push to talk on Discord can be a little bit, especially when you're trying to ride. I think the riders are going to jump into the climb here right away, though. We're going to have to, and I don't think there's going to be any waiting up. And I think they're going to be taking the best time to the absolute top here in just a moment. It looks like Calvin's already starting to bump up to 5.1 watts per kilogram. I don't know if Calvin's going to be doing any talking anytime soon. Calvin, no worries about it. We'll do a post-race interview because it looks like you're pushing 4 watts per kilogram at 365 watts right now, guys. So we'll jump back in with you guys for more of a post-race interview, I think, because we're going to try and focus in on what you guys are doing for wattage here for the rest of this race here for a minute. But good luck, boys. Get at it.
Heck yeah. Pablo Escobar is what they call the man. Jack Cook is his alias on the street in Utah. But taking a look now, this is already, okay, we're expecting a real battle. Nathan, let's take a look at what's happened here. There's been a split in that group. Clearly, it looks like we've got a pretty even mix here.
And riders. Calvin, look at Calvin. He's taking the pressure out on the pedals after that little bit of, he's like, forget this. Done with the technology besides the power that I can put into the technology on my bike, pushes it right away. I mean, look at that kick right away here, Dave.
Yeah, so the Vivid rider in green has hit out with authority here. All right, so now let's see how the chips fall. Because remembering, this is 5 deep that we're scoring this. But Nathan, it's every man and woman for themselves out here now. There's not much that anyone can do to help you. You can see splits happening back through this field more than you would see in a bad day at a Las Vegas divorce court. But Calvin, awesome job. We were talking with Calvin earlier. Clearly, he was warmed up, and he is now flogging himself like a rented mule, Nathan.
He is. I think he's definitely. I think they've been kind of ramping up for this a little bit. We had a lot of chatter back and forth. The planning that went into this event specifically, it was like 3 or 4 weeks out actually. And I have a feeling that there's been a lot of buildup. And these two teams, I know that these two team campuses were saying they get out here every morning and ride together, most likely hammer it out against each other. Now getting the whole teams out here to go head to head together, there's a little bit more. I would think jitters in the legs, a little bit more butterflies saying, hey, we got to represent for each one of our clubs here because it's a head-to-head battle. They do not want to fail.
So we're going to be taking a look behind Calvin in a moment here, but Calvin from San Luis Obispo, California, that is a sweet spot for riding, no doubt about it. It's been a long winter here, but this man has clearly got his legs primed. Look at the gap that he's opened up. So again, that's going to be in green, Vivid. Calvin Harris making a mark, but again, let's see what we've got now here, Nathan. That's going to be Crandall, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah, it does look like it's going to be B. Crandall here with Smart there from Duole as well. And then it's going to be Brower right behind him. Dale Bout's there as well from VCC. So it looks like it's going to be VCC with 2 in the lead. And then it's going to be Duole there as well with Dale Bout then. And then lots of Duole though with Stuart Anderson. Yeah. Did Calvin go out too hot? There is that reality as well. As whether or not this is a huge effort too early. Does he know the kind of effort he can hold to the top? Or is this kind of a little bit of a kick to try and see if he can egg somebody on to follow him along? Crandall looking to try and close this down. It looks like 4 or 5 watts, become 350 watts. We've got some hitters out here today.
Yeah, well, so the team, though, that's starting to organize, now you can see a little bit of shift, but in the Bumblebee jersey there, the black and yellow, that's Mia Duole. We learned that Mia Duole means really to suffer in Italian. The team is organizing. Oh, boy, they look like the wolf pack right now. A couple of riders there from Vivid in green. But again, it's a numbers game, Nathan. It's your top 5 riders. So really, the team working together, maybe even a little bit better, I would have to say, is Mia Duole. Because if you start filling in those top 5 spots, they right now look like they're in really good shape with the exceptional ride happening from Calvin Harris. Calvin Harris right now is like Dave Stoller in Breaking Away, right? Clearly an exceptional rider on that team, but he's going to need more from the other boys, the other women on the squad. Oh, this one now. All right, they've taken off the gloves. It's turning into a real throwdown. Crandall doing an awful lot of work. This man has got the 20-pound sledgehammer out.
Yeah, and as you can see here, as you did say, though, since it is a top 5, there's the reality that the gap that Harris is going to have in order to make a dent I think, enough against all those Bumblebee jerseys. Now, real quick, for those of you that are looking for for being able to recognize who's who and how the standings are going so far, you see the Bumblebee jerseys here. That's all of the Duole there. Then it's going to be VCC in the green. So as far as identification goes, great job by the teams organizing that to make sure everybody can see exactly who is who.
I get so excited because look at this. It's a huge moment in this race because if they don't get 2 more green jerseys into this group, it could be lights out here. This is the battle. We've got to look for the depth of the team here. We need a couple more Vivid riders to really just bury themselves and get into that group. This is the front, the tête de la course, the front of the bike race. No doubt Calvin Harris is in a league of his own. But behind him, Mia Duele's got a group. What is that, 9 riders in an 11-rider group? And now some splits happening out of that group here.
Yeah,
so,
it looks like Smart and Dalebout here starting to go neck and neck. The two teams battling out for this second to third place.
Neutralizing each other. Effectively,
exactly.
Uh-huh.
Brower there from Duole, as you were saying. It does look like Kuhn's here a little ways behind. He's also in a Bumblebee kit, so obviously also from Duole, as you can see. So plenty of the Bumblebees out here, as you can see. Moving backwards, though, let's go ahead and see perhaps some of these riders here making a little bit more of an effort that's steady, that they're riding their own pace. It is a very long climb. It's going to be anywhere between a 20 to 25 minute, maybe even out to 30-minute effort for the top 5s overall from each team. So there's still a lot of climbing to go. We're only into the mountain village at this point. Lots of time left to try and make up some distance. 13 seconds, you can make that back. Once we get to the halfway point, some of the pressure is going to be on. Some of these riders might have gone out too hot trying to hang on to the wheels, and we're starting to see that, I think, from Miles as well as Crandall here.
Could not agree more, Nathan, because really you get excited, you get amped up, you go out, as you said, a little too hard at the beginning. You have to pay a price. Now, hopefully these riders can find a rhythm. We are going to see riders getting dropped out of this group. There's no doubt about it. It won't be this large 10 minutes from now, but this is where also riders will start to come good. You go out that hard, bottom of the climb, that first 10 minutes, you're going to see a couple of riders blow a gasket. But here's a good example. I'm going to try to pick up who this rider is here. The Vivid rider in green, not only closing down this gap, but rolling through like a freight train right now. That's how you do it. Sometimes you go through a tough spot, but and it's just like life or even society right now. You got to fight through. You never give up. Keep your head up. As that is going to be Crandall that we're watching here, the Vivid rider in green. Oh, this one's really shaping up to be, as they said, it was going to be a battle royale. It's turned into just a straight up Donnybrook right now, because as well as they're doing on the front, talking about Calvin Harris, you're going to look a little further back and you can see this one's going to come down to every single rider, and the last pedal stroke's going to matter.
Look at this close down here, though, coming from, it looks like Miles there, right along with Wout. So these two riders saving a little bit. It looked like a little bit of a push here to try and bring things back. I've done this climb so many times. This is my mountain repeat, actually. This is my 23-minute threshold effort over and over again. And there's all different spots on this climb, different kinds of suffering that happen on the way up. This is kind of that moment in this climb where you start to wonder, was the pressure too much? Do I got anything more to give all the way to the top? This is about that 5 to 6 minute point where, did I go VO2 max? Did I do what I could do for 5 minutes only and I have to back it off? Or is there something left in the tank? Have I set it perfectly? These are the moments right here. This specific moment on this climb is when you know that information. You can only know that information at those time gaps, right? That of what your body can actually handle. And it looks like Harris here went out super hot. Look at this, 3.5. 4.5, 178. Look at how much the heart rate has gone out from Calvin Harris at this point. That, I think, is the decoupling that's starting to happen for what a real threshold effort is for Calvin. We saw him starting to 5s. Now he's got to bring it back. He's dialing it back. Dalebout maybe a little bit more within himself, trying to pull this back for VCC, though. Maybe going to ride alongside Calvin, though, because those are teammates that could work together through that flatter section coming into the castle up here.
No surprise, but this one is all over the shop right now, as they say back in the United Kingdom, Nathan. I mean, it's really small groups coming together here. Really, I mean, you're lucky to have just one rider to ride with. And at this point now, I mean, scoring this one, again, it's going to be the top 5 riders from each team based on time here. And I've got a feeling now that it's going to come down to the final riders. It's not going to be what's happening at the front of this race. It's what's happening in the middle part of this race. Those the 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, those spots very well could be deciding this. Look at this, welding it back together here again.
Yeah, and I'm seeing here as far as the some of the background and the information on some of these riders here. We see Dusty Sun actually coming in with a comment over in the Twitch chat, actually saying, "Brigham is my hero. What an absolute monster on the bike." And a little bit more about Brigham Dalebout here, actually, the rider we're looking at. He's a mechanical engineer student, actually, BYU, Idaho, actually. So he started cycling in the summer of 2018. Has been a member of Vivid Cycling since the beginning. His biggest accomplishment in cycling is a third place finish at you gave me the full name of this race. I am not a roadie at all whatsoever. Lotoya, is that right?
So, over 200 miles where they race from Logan to Jackson. It's a classic.
Logan to Jackson. Got it. And it's go ahead. Give me some more information there.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of these races that a lot of especially the Utah-based guys, the Mia Duole guys, a lot, and women, will have done this event, or it's certainly in their wheelhouse. It's one of the most least appreciated classic races in America, but it happens every fall. It's something that certainly you should put on your calendar. No, it's up your alley, Nathan. You're an ultra-endurance guy. I would be surprised if Chris Harris doesn't win it this year. Look at this effort, but he's got a couple riders about to join him. All right, Nathan. The stoke level is high here, but we're seeing, you mentioned Dalebout. Well, he's right there. So here we go. Get ready to write a new chapter of this climb. Man, it comes at you in waves, doesn't it? And Nathan, what would you say if you look at how far we are up the climb right now? We hit halfway?
A little bit behind halfway, I would say. Well, actually, no. This is about halfway if you're doing a 20. Okay, if this is a full-on 20-minute, this is about the 10-minute mark. A little bit further up, though, we're going to be looking at about the 22 to 23-minute mark. So, another minute or so, we're about the halfway point. Dalebout here, VCC, right along with Smart. We're seeing a little bit of cheering on for Smart here from Dolson, as well as Spencer chipping there over in the Twitch chat. Good to see you guys over at the Twitch chat. Keep on letting us know who your favorite riders are. We want to hear all about it here. But it is going to be Smart there, 2 seconds back from Duole. Now, these two riders, because they're both VCC, they could really put in a lot of work for Vivid Cycling, because if they get that time gap, it's going to be about the added time between the riders. So if they get enough time, it supports the riders that are a little bit further behind, because look at the Bumblebee train here coming from Duole. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. This is already the top 5 for all of them, plus Smart here. So there's a reality that these riders, if they can work together, bring some speed on, they can get a lot of time brought back. But it is Calvin as well as Dalebout out ahead there for VCC.
Let me channel my inner director sportif. If you're talking to the team in black and yellow, everybody needs to work together. It's like a team pursuit effort now, guys. If you're Chloe Digert, example, you don't go faster and drop your teammates. You have to back off and take longer pulls that the guys and the women in that group can stay with. If you can't take a long pull, take a short, fast pull at the front, but you need to keep rotating through. You got to organize that group if you want to have a chance, because these are exceptional rides being put together by the men in green. They're channeling some karma rebate action today in that green on St. Patrick's Day. Charles Smart, I tell you what, he's on that BMC road machine. Now, Empire Pass and Guardsman Pass, these are two of the major climbs that sort out the Tour of Utah GC, and this is that's his playground, Nathan. He rides on 2 of the most coveted climbs. If you look at the crown jewels of climbs in America, talk to some of the American greats like Levi Leipheimer about Guardsman's Pass, where he attacked over the top of that climber. One year, Cadell Evans, the world champion, attacked up and over. It goes right down into another jewel, Park City. So, all right, good job, Charles. Charles, on the Utah-based team, that's the squad we're watching, Charles, right now. Thanks, Nathan. Good job over there. As we got Nathan on the 1s and the 2s.
And Smart is absolutely killing it here. He's currently sitting 3rd on the course right now, so this is a solid effort coming from him. Dalebout did drop Harris for a moment there, but it does look like Calvin is trying to come back. But Calvin, look at that heart rate, out to 180 beats per minute at this point. Obviously, really pushing the pace here now, and so going to be a tough day on the bike here, as you can see for Calvin, I believe, as I think he went maybe a little bit over. He's got to bring it back to Brigham here. Brigham might be waiting up for him just a little bit here. We'll have to wait and see if we can make this happen.
Smart. Yeah, I mean, anybody that you can help in a jersey like yours, right? What was it that said at times of crisis for a helper? I think that's it. Well, when you look now, anytime that you can get and work with the rider and not help another team, you should be doing that. I mean, if you're sitting up inside the top 5, even top 7, because you got to remember that you can have a rider on your team blowing a gasket. So always want to make sure you have a safety, right? Even a couple safeties, I would say. But good job, Mr. Harris. That's going to be Charles, Harris joining here. Calvin Harris, I should say. That's going to be Smart right behind. So that's really dynamic out here, Nathan.
Yeah, great efforts here by all the riders here. Looks like Smart was able to bring it back from Duole, and that is a huge deal actually between these top 3, mainly because that will shut down that extra time gap that they were able to get for the VCC riders at this point that have fallen off pace. But the Bumblebee train that we saw talked about in chat with YouTube as well as over on Twitch it looks like it has been brought back. We're double checking over on Facebook. It looks like perhaps the Facebook post did not make it live. We did have a couple of technical difficulties up front.
Oh.
I am looking through here and seeing that perhaps it did not make it live. So if anybody is asking or looking around for it, make sure to head on over to the YouTube. Let everybody know we are live on YouTube. We are live over on Twitch as well as Mixer. We will get the replay up on Facebook as quickly as possible, just so you guys know. But looking through here, we are seeing it looks like a couple of VCC riders, Crandall, able to try and start clawing things back. Looks like Miles there as well. Lawrence, there's going to be the next one out on course. He's going to be the top 4, I believe, for VCC at this point. So plenty of effort here. And I have a feeling that we're going to see some serious efforts here from Duole in just a moment. Maybe even a little bit of infighting, but that's good for him. Competition is needed, I think, between Stewart and the rest of these boys to try and bring some of that time back or keep the VCC riders who are shutting things down. I mean, 13 seconds is nothing. Lawrence, Crandall, still there to try and bring something back.
Yeah, looking at the profile for Pablo Escobar, a.k.a. Jack Cook, this guy's not joking around. I got to say, you don't see many people throw down on Zwift quite the way that this man does. And what an effort he's making out here right now. So, again, this showdown here, you can see some organization happen. That's what we've been talking about. Good job, boys. So that's what your director would be saying right now. That's Mia Duole starting to get, I would say a rhythm being found right now. All right, this is where you really find out how badly you want it. Nathan, Mia Duole, we're taking a look at Lang right now. They call him Jay Lang. Good job, my man. All right, so digging deep right now. This is where if they want to win, 2 riders on this team are going to need to light a fuse here. Come on, guys. This is it. I can't wait to see what happens now. This one's up in the air, Nathan.
This one is up in the air. There's nothing is decided yet at all. Actually,
not even close.
This is the point at which in the climb that it's about the 6 minutes to go. This is about where you can start really starting to turn the screws a little bit more. You can start taking a little bit more risks. Earlier on in this climb, you take too many risks, you're going to peter out pretty quick. This is where you can start saying, okay, I'm going to burn a couple extra matches, a couple more chips on the table. Dalebout is doing exactly that. It seems that Dalebout knows this climb. Actually, he is playing this climb like a fiddle at this point, because these are exactly the kind of numbers that you would expect to see from a rider who knows how to climb this specifically. He has dropped Harris at this point. He says it's all in for the team. It's about time. It doesn't matter for placement. He doesn't need to try and carry Calvin any further along this climb. They got it downhill. It might have mattered a little bit in just a moment, but at this point, it's all about time. Dalebout's gone 8 seconds up the road. Calvin looking to make the chase. 2 VCC. Smart has been dropped off after that chase, as you can see. Panza, it looks like here. Coons as well now, as you can see, trying to come across. This is all in. Big little kick here coming from Coons. The reality of the suffering that's going on right now, we cannot even, we got to try and put it in words for you. They are all over their machines, fighting their machines at this point to try and do everything you can. It's all out 20-minute effort. Essentially FTP test plus at this point.
There are literally people passing a kidney stone in a hospital somewhere. They're in less pain than these riders.
And it's all about the mountain pass instead of the stones out here today, as Dalebout backs it off a little bit to get some speed on the downhill.
See, I didn't want to play my joke card because I want to give a shout out to bring him Dalebout. This guy, a mechanical engineer. You mentioned he went to Idaho. This guy has raced Latoja that we're talking about. He was actually on the podium, a 3rd place finish. This is a danger man, no doubt about it. He's up out of the saddle. Again, going to the whip here. Outstanding ride. So I think we've established with the gold standard right now.
Yeah,
you
and
can take a look. He's not, has no one even
With Dale Bout here, though, it's a great shout out there, and only just starting in 2018 too. I mean,
Right.
this is some obvious talent here that he has as well. Looking back though, a little bit further in the pack, we were giving a shout out to Jason Lang out there from Duole. Great to see him out here, solid between the riders with Stuart Anderson right on the wheel there of his leader here. Maybe could see a late kick. A minute 14, too much to make up. Calvin starting to turn the screws. This is the last 2 minutes or so. This is when you can see, so at the top of his screen right now, from what he has seen in Zwift, he can see the estimated time of arrival at this point. And you can actually see in real time, the time that you're going to have at the top is going to start fluctuating based on how many watts you put out. You kick up to 400, it comes down by 2 seconds. You bring it back to 350, you lose a few of those seconds. It's literally this inside battle, inside of your heart, inside of your mind. How much can I fight against the pain that's going on in my body right now to bring back every second? And that's exactly what's going on with Dale Bout and Harris right now.
Well, we at Nathan, we would do these Zwift ride-on events fall, and one of the things I really learned was how is to lower that time when you're in that last minute on these climbs, but how easy it was to let the pressure off the pedals, right? I mean, it's just amazing how deep you have to dig. It gets harder and harder. I guess a man that could relate, I'd almost use the term logarithmic in the suffering here. These guys know what they're doing. They're all in now. Great job. So bring him Dale Bout, the man that we're looking at, a race leader. Again, he's climbing like an angel right now. What's happening
there it
behind
is.
him?
Here's the KOM. This is going to give us the time right here. And we've got a 20:38. 20:38. Calvin Harris now looking to come across. This won't give us the time in the meetup, though, but Calvin will be able to give us a time here from outside of it. He'll be able to see it himself. We had a couple of issues with joining the meetup here, so Calvin, he'll have to record it on his own. We'll get some ideas from him. Then it's going to be Duole, the next ones that are going to be across the line here. So Calvin comes across the line. Next one in the meetup is going to be there, is going to be Smart there. It looks like it was like 13 seconds, 14 seconds maybe behind Dale Bout. So we're probably looking at about a 21-minute time there from Harris. Smart's going to be the first one from Duole. He's backing off just a little bit. Every second looks like it's going to count here as Smart comes across the line. 21:16. Panza, looks like Brower here. Lang all together. Escobar's there as well. Coons, nothing but Duole. All bumblebees pushing each other to the line here.
So again, top 5 spots, like in a team pursuit with 4 riders, it's your first 3 finishers here, kind of a similar ratio. Let's see how they do. This could very well be going the direction of the Bumblebees. Mia Duole, this is the team again out of Utah. This California-Utah battle, they're pouring it on now. Here we go. This battle royale really shaped up to be one. We're going to see which squad brought the sharper swords here. It's
look
all
at
on
Lawrence.
the line right
Look
here.
at Lawrence.
Ow,
Look at
oh.
Lawrence. Lawrence alive. BCC trying to get that next spot. Right there. Lawrence ends up with a 22. Duole right behind him there. What a kick to the line. Who's coming through? Coons followed up by Anderson. Going to be Miles. Crandall from VCC. These seconds are going to matter. Crandall needs to go. He needs to go now. Everything to the line. Miles gives one last kick to make sure he gets the separation from Crandall. Crandall cannot back off at this point. These seconds are going to matter. Brinton is outside the top 5. Not going to matter quite as much as we got all of the Duole, but this is still, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, maybe 4. We got one more rider that needs to cross for VCC, and I'm not seeing any green jerseys anywhere near here at this point.
Well, they suffer like the best of them, no doubt about it. They put it in the hurt locker. I don't see how Duole win now. They got their man across the line. The clock was ticking, so it wasn't about putting your first rider over. It was the top 5 out of your team. Mia Duole, congratulations, unofficially.
I have a feeling, unofficially, but I think you're right there. They've got look at the riders nearby here. Now there were 2 riders from VCC though that crossed the line that were not in the meetup. There was a late join to the meetup situation where they couldn't. So we'll have to wait and see because they're gonna have their times recorded. Outside of the meetup, right? So we've got Dale Bout and Harris. That's 2. Then Lawrence is 3. Then looking a little further down, we've got Crandall for 4, I believe. And I think, it might need one more though. Blizzard here, nope. Welch, nope. We've got, it looks like Vera, Taylor. This is all Duole. It's going to be up to Argentina, I believe here to make it across the line.
Get this, Lynn a 50-year-old rock star. I was
Woo!
so impressed when I read her resume. Yeah, this woman, pound for pound, ounce for ounce, this is the toughest lady on the mountain today. No doubt
Hands
about
down.
it. Good job.
Hands down.
I'm going with Argente is my guess here. And
Good
wow,
call.
I'm
Good
just
call.
impressed. So, so Nathan, I'm going to hold then on making any bold congratulations to anyone because there's some things that we don't know. It's like an election in Florida, right?
We need a recount. We need a
Yes.
recount. But Lynn
We're gonna
just
have to
turned
do a
50, as you
recount.
said. She celebrated her 4th year of owning a mountain bike, actually.
Yeah,
Since the
she's
empty
a
nest
rock
for a
star.
few years, retired cyclermon, raised two smart and independent girls, it sounds like. Discovered the trail running and now enjoying racing when a bum knee forced her off of the running, actually. So great to see. She's got some cross-country mountain bike racing. So it looks like 2018, 2019 Sea Otter, Cat 2. Absolutely awesome. And then California Dirt MTB Series as well, overall champion. So amazing results here from Lynn. Good to see her out there killing it on the mountain as she finishes it up for VCC.
Hey, what a great example, Nathan. We're not going to get to go to see this year. Great results. So we got, can we do this again? This is a blast. This format
this is so
awesome.
much fun. We got to do this way more.
Yeah. Yeah. I am all in for this.
I'm glad you guys are having fun.
Is that Stuart? I think we got Stuart.
That's
Stuart, can we get some video from you there, Stuart? Is that possible?
Oh, video. Yeah,
Let's see if you break. Let's see if you break up a little bit here. Give me 1 second here. We got video from Stuart here.
I
Stuart,
got my wife next to me too.
heck yeah, killing it.
Yeah, she's on there still.
So Stuart, how was that climb? Talk to us about how that went.
It was exactly how you said it was. It was it was hot at the beginning and then awful. Try to reel it back in at the end.
Yeah, gotcha.
Lynn just finished there.
We might have lost your video there for a second there, Stuart, unless you got the camera a little bit off there but no worries. So amazing ride there. Great job to Lynn, obviously VCC, but I think Duole took it there, Stuart. Looking at the results so far, what do you think?
Yeah, we're gonna have to add it up. I think those two VCC guys, Harris and Delmount, is that his name? They were out front first, and then it was tough to see. I've got blurred vision right now, so
it was a solid ride though. Calvin went out hot super early. Calvin, are you able to chat with us? I'm just gonna double check, make sure that you're unmuted, and then we got everything functioning with your push to talk. I believe we can turn off push to talk at this point if you need to, but I had you muted for a moment. Calvin, are you there? Can we see if we got you on audio?
He's probably barfing.
Probably. That sounded like a huge effort. Yeah.
Calvin?
So I feel like I'm in a Calvin and Harris, Calvin and Hobbes, not Calvin and Harris, Calvin and Hobbes comic here. RGT, now look at the torture. They're on the Three Sisters. This goes all the way to the top. Hey, there he is. We got him alongside with us. Calvin, what happened there? You went out crazy hot.
Holy
it's true to form. I'm a huck and pray.
Let the chips fall where they may, right? Well, and your teammate Brigham was outstanding.
I know. So, when I saw that we had some technical difficulties getting some people in, so Travis, not in here, unfortunate, but so be it as it will.
Is that Travis McCarty? Is that right?
Yeah. So we tried to get him in, but did not. So Brigham and I knew we had to go hard.
Well, you guys did exactly that, and you had that train up front, the duo working together. It looked like both of you pushing neck and neck, 5.0 plus watts per kilogram for a good amount of that. A 21-ish minute. I mean, that's a serious effort. You're looking at almost a 5 watt per kilogram climb to the top of that mountain.
That was tough. That was definitely tough.
Yeah, but it looked like. Go ahead, Dave.
This is Stu.
Stuart?
Don't forget to add. We're going to add 5% to each VCC guys for altitude adjustment.
I agree, 100%. But we're adding 5% for you guys gravity.
There you go. There you go. Loving it. Loving it, you guys. Absolutely awesome. Huge shout out to the organization here. We've got plenty of chatter coming through from the team. You can see the Twitch chat is just kind of blowing up. Everybody's absolutely loving it. Big old exclamation mark. Calvin, good work coming through. It looks like from plenty of different riders. Looks like the team absolutely loved this. I bet you guys got plenty of private messages coming through that everybody had a blast.
We did. Everybody
awesome.
watching on loved it. Thank you,
That's
guys.
awesome. Yeah, of course. We got to do this again. Hopefully
Yeah,
next time
totally.
we'll figure out what's happening with perhaps some of the technical difficulties we had up front. Get everybody in. Make sure that everything's set up good, and we'll get some more community head-to-heads going on like this. Is there a place that people can go to follow up though with the teams? Definitely. What's next up for you guys with the teams, and where can we find you guys? Let's go ahead and go with Calvin first.
Hey guys, yeah, so we're on Instagram at Vivid Cycling Club. That's where we're at predominantly. So we also have a website, Vivid Cycling. So that's it. So Instagram, Vivid Cycling Club, vividcyclingclub.com.
Right on. So I think you said vividcyclingclub.com, and you go ahead and check them out over on Instagram as well. So Calvin, thanks a lot. Stuart, what about you guys? Where can we follow up with you guys to find out everything we need to know about Duole?
Easy. It's just online, Duole.com, MILE.
Right on. You guys can find the spelling of that in the title of the stream as well. So thanks a lot. You guys really appreciate that. And we'll see you guys out on Zwift. Maybe I'll jump in with one of these morning rides you guys put together, and we can throw it out together because it looks like you guys are crazy strong.
Let's do it.
I'll invite you. Let's do it.
All right. Sounds good. Send me some meetups, boys. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Okay, later. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right, Dave. What an amazing time
Nice
that was.
job, Dave.
Absolutely loved it. I'm having a great time with this, and like you said, we got to do some more of this stuff, Dave.
Oh, heck yeah. Like, in all honesty, can't you feel that energy? That this is what it's all about. So thanks a lot for having me along. You know what? I followed the video on Instagram because it was easier to spell than Mia Duele. But
Yeah. It's easier to spell.
I'm figuring that out. So I learned a lot today, Nathan. You've been a huge help. But yeah.
Oh
you know
yeah,
what?
it's great
These
to
are
have
the
you on
folks-
though, man. Bring it on. You bring all the in real life knowledge though, all the in real life knowledge from in real life cycling. That's where it's at. Nathan Guerra wouldn't know how to talk into a microphone about cycling without watching everybody else that did it long before me. So I appreciate all of that, of course. But Dave, you gonna be Zwifting anytime soon? What's going on with your distancing? Everybody's on the distance train.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm not great at it. I've been out in my community, but I am. I love Zwift. I'm a level 12 Zwifter, which I have a long way to go. But I actually will be jumping on tomorrow because I want to get that feeling again, get it going.
Let's
It's weird.
go Tour Watchopia group ride or something. Good to hear.
Yeah, but man, it's weird when when you're in that 2.5 watts per kilo range. It's just such a different world. And it's like, I have my friend Rowan Dennis, the time trial guy, world champion, more than just a guy.
He's just going to jump on with Rowan Dennis. No big deal. Yeah, okay. Oh my God.
But he wants to do a ride, and it's just like, dude, it's just so embarrassing. It'd be like playing golf with Tiger Woods.
There's plenty of 2.5 rides out there, Dave. You got this.
Yeah,
Plenty
no,
of
it's
them. Jump in with those. They'll love you out there. Everybody will recognize Dave and be like, oh, I need to ride with this guy. So you're the next Rowan Dennis of Zwift. That's where it's at.
It's a blast, Nathan. So again, thanks so much for all your hard work. I want to do this again. So
sounds good. Sounds good. We'll get on it. 100%. Dave, thanks so much for taking the time. I know it's a late night, so appreciate it. And we'll see you back either tomorrow or Thursday for some more Zwift racing broadcasting.
Great. Just let me know. I'm always here.
All right. Sounds good. Take care, Dave. All right, everybody, that's going to be it. Make sure to watch out for what's coming up next on the channel. Hit those notification buttons. Hit the follow buttons. We'll be live tomorrow. I took a look through the rider lists for tomorrow's broadcast. We're going to take a look through and find something that fits really well with everything that's going on in the world. We're really making a push to make sure that we become a place and a resource for people to hang out on Zwift in the community. So turn on those notification bells. We're definitely going to be obviously here for Callus Cup. That's the for sure next thing on the broadcast schedule for Thursday. Obviously, Koa Sports. Check out what's going on with Koa Sports, you guys. I had a meeting with them today. They are on fire. They're ready to go. Everything esports, workout, Zwifting. I'm really blown away by the work that they're doing. So make sure to go check out what's up with the Koa Sports League. I think they're putting out some information here on their website as well as their Facebook here in just the next couple of hours. So cheers, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, as always, to everybody. Great job to all of the riders in the challenge today. And as always, ride on.